Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, you'll probably realise I've actually got a bit of an addiction to fat tyre e-bikes. But a little while ago I decided not to do any more e-bike video reviews. That was until Eleglide got in touch with me and said, "Hey Mel, we love your videos, would you like to do a video review of our new Tankroll?" And purely out of interest, I had a look on their website, and when I saw the Tankroll, my first reaction was, my God, that looks really cheap. It's less than £1,000. So my curiosity got the better of me, and I just had to say yes, send me one of those Tankrolls. I really am interested to see what it looks like. And more importantly, what would the quality of a sub £1,000 e-bike actually be like? Only one way to find out. Let's get it out of the box. 38 kilos, no wonder they call it a Tankroll. Well, it looks really well packed. Don't like the look of the saddle, but let's not be too quick to judge. It does look quite well padded, unlike my derriere. Right, let's see if we can get this out of the box. Now, I've actually unboxed quite a few of these e-bikes, as you probably know, and in my experience, the easiest way to get one of these bikes out of the box is not to try and actually lift the bike out of the box, get a trusty knife and just cut the box. Believe me, this is the easiest way to get these out. And there you go. Try not to stab the tyres now. Oh look, a little box of accessories. Pedals. Ah, here we go. This is where the quality, well, I wouldn't say quality, but this is where the cost savings immediately come into effect. All the other e-bikes I've had folding pedals. This doesn't have folding pedals. They're solid. So there you go. But like I did say, it's less than £1,000. You're not going to get these luxuries like this. However, we do get a derailleur guard. And I recently did a video about a bike that was over £2,500 and it didn't have derailleur guards on it. Hang on, what's this? Twist grips. Ah, this is interesting. Now here in the UK it is illegal to have a throttle on a e-bike, and looks like they supply a throttle with this, but it's not attached. And this is a feature that I wouldn't expect to see on a sub £1,000 bike. Quite impressed. And a little toolkit as well. So far, the only difference I can see between this and a £2,500 bike are the pedals. Not bad yet, not bad going. I'm going to lay it down before it falls down. Sides, that's nice. Reflector as well on there. It's adjustable as well. That's a first. Never seen one with an adjustable side stand. Which is something one of my other bikes could have done with. It keeps falling over. Now it doesn't have quick release on the front spindle, which is a real shame because I do need a quick release front spindle, especially if I'm going to be taking this in and out of my camper van. But there again, they're not expensive. That's a really cheap upgrade to do. Have a bit of plastic. I think the spindles, a quick release spindle on Amazon is about 17 quid, not the end of the world. Tyres look good. 26 by 4-inch fat tyres. That's what I like because they are really comfortable to ride in my experience. And this bike doesn't have a rear suspension, but it does have front suspension. But with these big fat tyres, I don't think you really need suspension, I'll be honest. Can't wait to get this out and get it on the road and try it out. Typical front mudguard, except it has got end caps, which again isn't something I expected of a bike at this price range. Oh, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the frame, it is completely different. It's not your usual diamond configuration. It looks more like a cruiser. Look at that. Right, let's get this out and get it assembled. This is seriously cool. Well, that's the first. The front caliper isn't attached. I wonder why they did that. So that way. I'm going to put the front wheel on now. I think it'd be easier to do it whilst it's laying on its side. Now I will probably upgrade these pedals to the folding ones. Again, they're not expensive to change. I think they're on Amazon for about 15 quid. Not a big deal. Shimano Tawny's TZ derailleurs. I do like the red cogs. I don't know why, but I just do. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gears as well. The hub motor is, let's have a look, it should say on here the wattage by UK law, 250 watts. So this bike is completely legal in the UK. Oh, there you go, it has got the front headlight hiding underneath that piece of packaging. Now something else I've just noticed that it hasn't got, that the more expensive bikes have, and that's the handle grips. The more expensive bikes have palm grips on there, but I've got to say, I prefer these. Now I'm not going to call this a budget e-bike, I'm going to call it a budget friendly e-bike. The quality so far has really surprised me. I was expecting something a little less well constructed. So the fact that the calipers aren't fitted, to me that's not a big deal. They do supply the tools to fit this, and it really is a matter of finding the right size Allen key. Here we go. Well, that's our Tankroll fully assembled. All that's left to do now is take it for a little ride. Now, before I do go out onto the road for a little test drive, let's take a look at the display whilst we're inside and out of the bright light. So to turn the Tankroll on, we simply push the on-off button. There you go, the display lights up. It's a really nice small display, it is quite bright. And at the top of the display we've got our battery, we've got our speed, we've got mode. So if we press the plus button, it's 1, 2, 3 and up to 5. I think that's the amount of assistance you get when you pedal. Kilometres and then a little trip meter at the bottom as well. So there you go, nice little neat display, not over glamorous, but it does what it's supposed to do. Now with all that out of the way, let's find me bash out and we'll go outside for a test drive. Now as you all know, I've got this lovely camper van and I like nothing more than to put my bike in the back of my van and go for a ride out in the countryside and take the bike with me. Unfortunately, because it doesn't have a quick release spindle on the front wheel, I know for a fact there's no way I'm going to be able to get this bike into my camper van. So I will be doing a few modifications to it. I'm going to get a quick release spindle, get some folding pedals. I may even get an adjuster for the handlebars so I can drop the handlebars down so they fit underneath the bed in my van. But before I do any modifications to it, I want to actually take this for a ride. So once again, let's jump on it and take it for a spin before the heavens open up. Right, I've adjusted the saddle. The seating position is quite nice. I mean, I can't ride upright because the handlebars are quite low. But again, easy to modify. All I need is a stem extension. And once again, they are a relatively cheap upgrade as well. Right, let's go for a ride, shall we? Enough of this talking. Oh, hang on. Maybe I should switch it on first. Rookie mistake. Now, when you first switch the Eleglide Tankroll on, the default setting on the display is 0. There is a plus and minus, so I've put that up to mode 5. So that's full power. Let's go see what this can do. I'm in top gear. Oh, straight away I feel the power kicking in. Oh my goodness me. That is surprisingly good. It's so good, in fact. That road's a bit bumpy. I think I need to just tighten up my GoPro clamp. Bear with me. Right, let's go for a little ride. Yeah, I can feel that power kicking in straight away. I'm really surprised, considering this is only a 250 watt motor. I'm up to full speed already. If I stop pedalling, the motor should die off, and it has. Yeah, it kicks in again as soon as I start pedalling. I'm really liking this. Yeah, the saddle isn't the best. I think that's going to have to be one of the first upgrades. I do feel a bit slouched, I've got to say, and I am 6 foot tall. Glad I've got the fat tyres. That would have been really unpleasant. Yeah, it goes faster than I can pedal. I'm in top gear, and I'm just pedaling crazy now, so just cruising down this hill. Sorry about the wind noise. Now it does come with a little bell, which is quite effective. Some of those electric e-bikes have a buzzer instead of a bell. I'm not a fan of the buzzer. I rather like the traditional bicycle bell. Oh, here comes a car. Let's get over. That's the only trouble with these e-bikes, because of the noise of the motor. Sometimes it's hard to hear if you've got anything behind you. Right now, a bit of a lorry. Didn't hear him at all because of the noise of the motor of the e-bike. I do love it round here. If ever you come to the Cotswolds, I highly recommend going for a little cycle ride. It's quite pleasant, to say the least. Now, according to the specifications, this can do 70 kilometres. Depending on your pedal mode of assist, I suppose. Well, now that we've established it's got plenty of power, let's do the old brake test. See what the brakes are like. Check there's nothing behind me. Oh, blimey. That was lucky I stopped when I did. Look at this. How lucky was that? Thank you. Oh God, imagine if I had done a brake test when I did. Jeez. There's a car behind me now. Just let him go past, I'll pull over. Well, the power is really nice and smooth. go, the seat has gone down a bit. There we go, we'll let him go past. Just going to adjust this seat up a little bit. It's sunk down for some reason. Can't believe how lucky that was. I literally braked and then a big tractor come around a corner. Holy dog. Right, now there's a big hill up here, so let's do the uphill test. I'm still in first gear, 7th gear. Takes away so easy. This is why I like e-bikes, they're just so easy to ride. Look at this hill. So we're going up a hill now. Let's do this hill test. No problem at all. Look, I'm going up it one-handed because I'm holding the camera. No worries whatsoever. Well, that was a lot of fun. What a close shave with that tractor. Okay, so let's have a quick look at some of the specifications they give you in this quite a comprehensive manual, I've got to say. It's very comprehensive, and I'm ashamed to say I didn't look at it before I assembled it. But anyway, there are some really good instructions in here how to assemble the bike. I highly suggest if you do buy one of these, look through the manual before you assemble it. Anyway, let's have a look. Now the motor, this is a little bit confusing because in the sheet here on the specifications it says it's 740 watts and yet on the casing it says 250 watts. So that's a little bit confusing, but anyway, it's rated at 48 volts. Now the battery inside the frame, it is removable. There is a key, the key comes with it. You get 2 keys. I've not yet taken them off. The capacity is 10 amp hours or 480 watt hours, and the charging time is 6.5 hours from flat. Now we do have disc brakes front and back, and they are cable operated. Nice and simple, nice and safe. I do like hydraulic brakes, but I have to say cable brakes, because they're so basic, they're so simple, they're easy to adjust, easy to maintain. So having cable brakes for me isn't really a bad thing. In fact, I'd rather like the old-fashioned cable brakes rather than hydraulics. As I mentioned earlier, the tyres, and it says it in big bold writing on the side of the tyres, they're 26 by 4 inch fat tyres, and that's what we like. We do like a fat tyre. Now it does have front hydraulic suspension with a lockout, so you can lock it so that it doesn't work. It makes it solid. Once again, like I mentioned earlier, it does have 7 gears, Shimano controls, all very good, works seamlessly, absolutely perfect, no problems at all. Now it does have a really small front light, also comes with a rear reflector, no rear light, so you're going to have to get one of those for yourself. So there's your basic specifications. Now let's talk about the look of it and the design. I really do like the design of this bike, especially like the way the cables go inside the frame and down and out the other end. There are no cables on the outside at all. Everything's encapsulated, it all goes inside, making it really neat and quite a sleek looking bike. So that gives it a thumbs up from me, and the build quality from what I can see is relatively good. I think it's okay for the money, around about £1,000. So if you're interested in getting an e-bike, a fat tyre e-bike, then I will put a link in the description of this video purely for your convenience. Well, I do hope you found this video mildly entertaining, slightly informative. If you did, then please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon. Ta-ra for now. Yeah, I like that. Put off the seat.